watching Battle of Psychics, a unique project involving people with supernatural abilities. Maybe you don't believe in psychics and believe that miracles don't happen. But how do you then explain what is happening in our program? We test the X-Men right before your eyes every time. So the battle begins.
5 psychics fight for the title of strongest. Maxim Vorotnikov searches for stolen cars and missing people. Andrei Zativ performs operations without surgical instruments. Zuleyhat Rajabova once died at her own funeral and suddenly stood up, predicting everything. Farida Sheikhi communicates with the dead and sees angels. Konovalov does not believe in God. Efforts of will plunge into the past and evoke the events of... They are ready for new tests.
They say that when a woman becomes a mother, she changes a lot. Maybe it's not visible to the naked eye. We psychics should definitely see such a shift in energy. Or maybe a woman, for some reason, simply cannot have a child. Let's see if our psychics can.
See such tragedy. Here in a quiet Moscow courtyard, we gathered 10 young women, 9 of them mothers. Each of them has a child, some already have 2, and one of these women is still... Can our psychics figure out who it is? Will they be able to find a single woman who is now surrounded by a dense ring of maternal energy? Our experiment will involve children of 9 young mothers. While we test our psychics, they'll have to be alone without their mothers. The boys and girls will hide in the playground. Do you think it is possible to determine by eye whether a woman has a child or not? Let's check the purity of our experiment. Look at these women intently. Can you identify who doesn't have a child? What does your inner voice actually communicate to you? Attempt to locate the one woman who has no children. You will soon discover whether or not you possess supernatural powers. Let's see if our psychics are capable of utilizing their superpowers to identify the single childless woman among all these women.
Before you are the charming girls. 9 of them mothers have children. One of them doesn't have children. This is her powder case. You must now find that woman who has no child. Okay, let's go.
I reviewed everyone's pregnancy status. Everyone is baby biofluid.
Usually Ike asks for help from the saints or guardian angels. But it seems that today they did not want to get wet in the rain, and our clairvoyant was left without support.
Are you ready to make your choice? You have to go through with it.
Yes, let me give you this one.
Kindly give it to the lady.
I am uncertain.
I will request the children to go to their mothers. Hurry along, Mom. Would you kindly stand up?
This young lady's name is Layla. She is the sole woman among the 10 who has yet to become a mother.
I would like the ordinary, simple female happiness of having children. As they say, there, cook, feed, care for everyone. But for now, I am deprived of that. They didn't choose her guardian angel. Oh, the angel, nobody to ask.
Open it, smell it.
Yes.
Shaney number 5.
This is our method of trial, so can you imagine?
The psychic Leonid. Konovalov's information comes in the form of pictures.
There is a child. Well, let's do this.
Maybe you received some more pictures about Layla?
Let's thoroughly examine it now, and I believe I can understand what I see. Perhaps she had surgery because I observed.
But that's probably it.
There was a complex surgical procedure.
Leonid Konovalov was able to see the reason why Layla became childless. A few years ago, the girl really underwent a serious operation, which is why she can't have children now.
Indeed, at present, my medical advisors prohibit it. stating that I am unable to conceive.
Psychic Andrei Zatif spent an extensive amount of time interacting with girls but was unsuccessful in identifying one who was childless. I will all give.
I have a child.
No child.
I have a child.
At least I don't.
Maybe someone else is raising yours.
Absolutely not. I personally raised my beloved son.
But Maxim Vorotnikov has, according to him, an animal instinct. Now he's choosing between Layla and this girl.
Probably.
The psychic made the wrong choice.
Not true.
But after learning that Layla was childless, he wanted to establish the reason.
You had children, but you didn't have born. They should have been born with a mix of. This is a cousin, most likely your brother.
Indeed.
So it was a cousin.
We're very minors, dude.
They chose to get married, and I was 15 years old.
Maxim Vorotnikov absolutely saw the tragedy in Layla's past. She was born in Kazakhstan in a remote village at the age of 15. Her parents married the girl to a cousin, but because of incest, all 4 pregnancies ended in miscarriage. According to local customs, if she cannot give birth, then the husband takes 2 wives. Less than a year later, the new wife gave birth to Layla's husband, a son, and Layla herself was kicked out of the house by her dissatisfied husband.
Mom refused to accept me, even to live for some time, and she said, "Is this not allowed by our laws? All relatives will be against us. You will die there, go home."
What have you got there? His stomach is the entire esophagus. There was a beverage.
Without the support of her closest, Loyal's mother performed an action she deeply regrets. She has poisoned.
I remember walking up to this bottle. It was open, but at that moment, I no longer felt how I took 2 sips, and it became hot inside. It burned, and that's it. And then I look, some thicker blood comes from my mouth. And that's it. After that, I felt nothing. I fell unconscious and
I still can't understand how he's fed up. Doesn't pass through his mouth.
Hold on.
We'll go.
I'm infused through Gostroma. Of course, I wouldn't wish such a state on anyone.
Clairvoyant Julia Rajabova, mother of a 9-year-old son, as a rule, listens to one that her intuition tells her.
May I take a moment? I think it's this girl.
You know what happened this morning, this cape? At home, I accidentally dug up how the East was going for me, and on Turkey, that I took out a disc that I hadn't listened to Tarkin for 2 years, and somehow started listening to him. And I understood what I had for me, that I knew that there would be a girl there with an Oriental appearance.
Julia, and you said that she is from the East. We really have an Eastern girl problems with health. Could you describe the health issues?
Of your stomach, as if something is being removed, something is missing, and there's a foreign body.
Layla, I'm deeply sorry. Please, if I'm asking you now, and if you don't want to, you can do.
I had no doubts about it. As you know, there's a trauma and tragedy involved.
There's a letter there.
Vinegar. I drank vinegar extensia.
May God give you health and that everything was fine with you. Don't worry, your whole life is ahead. You are very young.
Although I made it myself, on the other hand, I didn't need to consume this at that particular time. Is a victim of our harsh laws. I am just utterly exhausted, tired of everything, and I yearn to live a full and fulfilling life like any normal person.
But Layla cannot have children. She requires an esophageal transplant.
If you want to have children, have operations for such health sacrifices, everything will be fine. I promise you, as soon as you believe, and you need to pray.
I didn't believe it before, but now, as she showed, she told me everything and hit the spot. Honestly, I am the kind of person who has seen such a psychic once in my life.
We do not fully understand how psychics perceive the tiniest details of events in one's past. However, I want to remind you that all participants in our program have never been acquainted with our psychics before. Can't find out anything about them.
In advance,
We are generally preparing for further tests.
3 cars and only one is in good condition.
Excuse the car.
Drives this feeling.
Can psychics
Counting the wounded.
cars?
This car is dark. It's either repainted or knocked over.
3 boys are missing from Dedovsk.
Sash, you are alive. Say.
Can psychics give new information to the investigation?
Saw 2 women related to her. She sells products on the market. Well, a maniac. The woman is have known this person for a long time. They saw and simply ran away in silence.
Have you ever had to buy a car on your own? I know it's very difficult, and the painful process is always feared by battered, repainted, or with gray documents. What if we invite a psychic for this? Can he tell the fate not of a person but of a car?
In our experiment, these seemingly identical cars will participate. All 3 cars of the same brand, of the same year of manufacture, of the same color. Outwardly, there is nothing to complain about. But each car, like a person, has its own destiny. Everyone knows that damaged cars are repaired and repainted. Sometimes dishonest sellers hide the fact of the accident. One of these cars was also in a serious accident. Even an experienced auto mechanic can't see it with the naked eye now. We want to see if psychics can sense the energy of destruction and determine which of these cars is not worth buying. To complicate the task for our clairvoyants, before the test began, we carried out a simple manipulation on another car, which prevents it from moving. So now only one of these cars is clean. It has never been in any accidents, and you can really drive it. The entire biography of cars is known. Only these 2 people, spouses Irina and Andrei, work in the fleet. She is the manager of the garage, and he is the taxi driver of one of these cars. They will closely observe the work of our psychics and evaluate their results.
Those cars that will be presented today, I know everything about them.
Hello, Andrei.
Hello, Mikhail.
Very nice. It's a simple task. 3 cars that Andrei sells. I want to buy 1 car, and I would like to know which car I should buy. As always, all the cars are the same on the face, but each with their own story. You have 10 minutes, okay?
These peculiar sounds assist Andrei Zati in aligning with the correct frequency.
The sound resonance improves me.
The visibility of the form appears clearly.
I'm ready to give advice to purchase exactly.
This automobile too, which means on.
You can just sit down and go with him?
No vehicle number 2 will even budge. After all, it was from it that we removed the battery before the start of the test. Currently, Maxim Vorotnikov is beginning to assess automobiles, and
Boy touch.
You can just...
The psychic was immediately interested in car number 3.
It was an accident that he was merely refurbished.
The car was in a serious accident. The airbag deployed. There was a concussion, but it was not fatal.
These are 2
Maxim Vorotnikov was able to see the broken car, but will he find the one that is on the move?
You can sit down and then leave.
Yes.
Number 3. You are absolutely correct.
There was a serious accident. Such accidents do not pass without a trace. For 2, it now has the battery removed. It won't even start.
Thanks anyway, so you...
You are aware it's the top car in excellent condition that the psychic should select. Will Leonid Konovalov perceive it this way?
Yes, it feels that way. This door opens effortlessly. Car 2 does inspire the most confidence, so I see you can start the
Leonid Konovalov's
best.
vehicle was never discovered. His trials concluded, but suddenly Leonid began seeing static images of it.
It seems like a woman was driving. She adjusted her hair like this.
I drove one car,
Yeah, phone.
put it on, and my hair got stuck on the phone. I couldn't get it out, so I left later.
Faridasha began to advise me against buying a car.
Of the motorcycle.
A motorcycle, but I also have cars, so I want more.
Just
Feeling sound.
The situation was entirely controlled, fully insured, and there were no issues or emergencies with this car.
Andre is the seller and I am the buyer.
Can you recommend cars?
That's it.
Excellent job, isn't it? Do you know?
here.
Zulia Rajabov's ideal car, instantly the damaged vehicle on the left side.
This car is dark. It's either repainted or hit something wrong. I'll tell you now, even from this side. It was well mounted and directed. I don't know what they did here. In general, we could say change the floor of the car. This is a damaged car with...
He lost control, causing him to crash into a lamppost on the right side. There was also a major collision with a truck on the left side.
This car here, I don't know, not an accident. Why is the letter M defunct? The defunct rate.
If there is no battery, the car will not start.
Decided to pick the sole accurate choice, car number 1, which is the one considered worthwhile. Who was the driver of this vehicle?
Can you tell the...
A man. The letter is coming. Look, I don't know what it means to last name, first name.
Call a name.
Last name.
Name.
Yes, driver.
Nikolai's given name.
Everything is clear.
It really was.
Extrasensory.
Here.
And it practically works.
100%.
Percentage of it.
It seems impossible, and thus it remains a miracle that there may actually be truly gifted individuals.
Psychics can really assist in avoiding mistakes when choosing the right car. This is beneficial, yet there are matters far more significant than purchasing a vehicle.
Like an unresolved crime.
City of Dedovsk. The bodies of 3 young boys were discovered in this location. Their circumstances.
The deaths are still unknown. 2 years ago, the whole city searched for 3 missing boys from Dedovsk near Moscow. Their bodies were found only months later. The teenagers were strangled.
Initially, Pasha Sasha is a skeleton, so to speak.
Why he committed this terrible crime is still unknown.
We need to find it because how many children have died after...
Do mothers know about the last moments of their children?
This boy utters, "Take my life," but nothing else.
Not whether psychics will be able to provide new information.
Clive.
Sasha again.
Frequently, we are asked why we evaluate psychics on the destinies of murdered individuals. We take them to the locations of tragic incidents. We must delve into the past to uncover criminal occurrences. Why are we producing a show about human sorrow? Allow me to clarify. Psychics, and at the same time our program, most often turn to people who are in a tragic situation, and we never know in advance whether our psychics will be able to help them. We can only hope for their help. Love and Galina, 2 women with separate destinies and yet one shared grief, which is immense for any mother. These mothers have lost their cherished children. On July 19, 2005, 11-year-olds Pasha Sokolov and Sasha Elshin boarded a train headed to the nearby village of Snegiri. The boys planned to swim at Ode, accompanied by Sasha's older brother, Misha. Sadly, none of the 3 children made it back home.
That I did not allow to go to the river. The river is far, far away.
In the evening, the boys' parents rushed to search for them, but no traces could be found. These 3 teenagers seemed to vanish into thin air.
This time is bad. It was very marked when they weren't there. I could even remember the names of my acquaintances. I communicated there.
Photographs were from the store.
Long days of searching dragged on, full of suffering and hope for a miracle.
I still remember July 24th. As if he's called me at 1 in the morning. Well, I just jumped up, ran into the corridor thinking he was calling me. But not he.
The first to discover Misha's whereabouts was 10 days later when his lifeless corpse was found near the village of Lushki. Misha Elshin was tragically strangled with a string.
Child was located.
Sasha and Pasha discovered almost 3 months later on bodies of 2 children, accidentally stumbled a mushroom picker near the village of Kryukovo. They, like Misha, were strangled.
He was suffocated by this towel, which is heartbreaking. Lubin and Sasha did the shirts, and they mentioned everything was just reduced to bones, nothing more.
The boy's killer has still not been identified. The investigation has been suspended multiple times due to insufficient evidence, and it remains at a dead end.
You fully comprehend all your thoughts on this matter. There will be no children. How do you express it? Perhaps she might live hoping she's alive.
The mothers of the dead boys are very hoping for the help of a psychic. They still don't know how, why, and more importantly, who killed their children.
We need to find it because how many children have died after ours?
Can psychics help these women? Will they be able to give new information to the investigation, describe the possible killers and the circumstances of the death of teenagers? One on this challenging test goes clairvoyant Farida Sheikhi.
My name is Yov.
Adelina.
Galina is very nice.
What happened to our children?
11
left.
I'll ask now.
It's already dead. Buried them already because I see the tombstones. I'll pray.
Oh, I see a big well. This is probably the height. Well, they just dropped a smaller child. One of them was alive.
Tell Pavlik wanted to know.
He claims they were strangled. There's a lot of blood, no signs of strangulation. It's a wound.
This boy talking to me? Killed. Say anything?
Sash, you're alive. Please tell me.
As it turns out, the mother of the supposedly deceased Sasha received news that her son was still alive.
The fact is that she too had been guessing before that he was alive.
The results of the examination confirmed that then in the forest was found the body of Sasha Yelshin, to explain logically why clearly clairvoyants still consider this boy alive impossible.
This young man is definitely alive. I is definitely not alive. He breathes in. While I'm unsure about these 2 boys, I can definitely confirm that this one is alive. What I'm trying to say is that he wasn't accepted by the ground where the deceased are usually buried. Low-rise building consisting of only 2 or 3 stories.
Psychic Maxim Vorotnikov is absolutely convinced that this woman's son is alive. He asserts that it was a premeditated kidnapping.
The man is certainly old enough. About 35, that is connected with crime.
I'd say...
He does this to clarify matters, but with the intention of earning money. He is a member of this category. He personally becomes involved.
Took him away in the car.
Took him away in a car. There's a car involved here.
Which car? Do you not see?
But this is not Russian. I just don't understand very well.
Don't you see the color?
The shade of blue. All that is not for the sake of organs, not for the sake of organs. It's connected precisely for the man. This is Russia. I immediately filter out what knows. This is definitely not for the sake of establishing family. They do not specialize in...
This is this boy thing.
Surprisingly, Andrei Zatev also sees Sasha Yelshin among the living.
Sash again.
Unlike Maxim Vorotnikov, Andrei is sure that this is not a kidnapping. The psychic suggests it wasn't a criminal organization, but a solitary serial killer.
Well, he wasn't convicted. Well, she has some kind of serious mental trauma.
To aid in capturing the maniac, Andrei Zatev inquired.
They took the train from here to here, and we need to locate it. The geography of its path is expansive in this region. A crime was also committed somewhere in this part.
It definitely, murder wasn't discovered either. He passed after.
A series of terrible murders in the Moscow suburbs, Dedovsky, its surroundings does not stop to this day. It is unknown how these crimes are related to the case 2 years ago, but children continue to disappear here.
I heard it.
It seems as if two were found, but already dead.
But then in July 2005, everything seemed calm. Parents boldly let their children leave home, and they spent the summer holidays absolutely carefree. The last hours of my son's lives, these women know little. They know that the boys went swimming in a neighboring village, but whether they made it to the lake is unclear. However, Leonid Konovalov saw something happening near the water.
It seems that the matter was connected with the fact that he went to the river by boat. Maybe even on a motorboat he went somewhere along the river.
Well, perhaps it's linked to the river since they did go swimming.
I witnessed driving away from the shoreline.
My son was indeed with his godfather at the reservoir, and they interacted with the boat. The kids failed later.
Regrettably, the psychic medium was unable to provide any new information to the anguished parents of the deceased boys. Our ultimate hope for assistance rests with Zulia Rajabova.
Our children.
Coming, disappearing immediately.
Going missing for years?
Yeah.
Definitely killed, possibly.
Well, for some reason it comes, let's say, which is an undamaged body and face.
It seems that 4 psychics now believe that the deceased Sasha Yelshin might still be alive. Can this be mere coincidence?
As you know, there are 2 places apart from each other, right?
2 were found together and 1 was found alone.
I don't understand how Pasha died. He was drowned.
Like the
The suffocation is...
head like this. The damage comes from here in the head. And here's where the spine. Here it hurts in this place too, as it were. Michael, who?
7 and 5. Why is it winter, winter, winter? He was born in winter.
December 7th, 2020.
His condition shows his body is his face.
I am unable to feel my eyes at all.
He really doesn't have a face. Yes, yes. There are no more words. Everything is as it was. She said it all, literally. I had suspicions that the child was beaten because I immediately even copied this piece of paper.
The vision was left because of...
Accurately told about all the details that are known to the police. She began to describe the appearance of people who might be involved in this crime, their special features and place of residence.
You know, turn off the camera.
In the interests of the investigation, we cannot disclose this information, but if necessary, the clairvoyant will be ready to help the police.
You could, for example, from the map...
I can easily.
This guy's a pervert.
He knows a woman, as if he knows something about this, because these clothes, which you know blood, there are light pants, trousers, sneakers. Here he was washing something there. They were really clean, because this blood was there. The woman was helping him.
Yeah, sneakers.
They were incredibly white and are extremely white.
Sneakers were last seen.
I saw the morgue and that's it. And they stood purely side by side and even more so.
Who was playing?
They should all be gray anyway, or something similar.
So the women saw someone, right?
So 2 women, I saw you.
I'll say one.
A woman has a living thing at home, or something as if they were being traded on the market. This woman is fat with thick legs. She stands like this. And this is how I saw her doing it with her hand. And the other, there's a scarf or something light on her head. And she takes her hand, let's go, she says.
Well, maniac, I understand. And the woman is here that they see.
They saw they have known this man for a long time. They just ran away. They are silent and they just know this man.
Either their neighbors or relatives, something like that. They'll never say anything.
Even though they witnessed this terrible crime, they have remained silent for these long 2 years.
That bastard killed our children. It must be very important to find and punish the perpetrator.
Now these 2 women, united by one great grief, are trying to live on. Galina has an eldest son, and Lyudmila has no more children.
If there was hope for more children,
Yes.
I can hug you.
Stand up.
You might have children, pray, adopt a cat from the streets, vet shelter. How could you have a child exactly in 1.5 years?
Cheers, goodbye, and all the best.
We cannot show on the air everything that Zulia told and reveal the secrets of the investigation, which is still being conducted in this case. But if sooner or later it turns out that our program managed to find a clairvoyant who can describe the appearance of the real killer, then we will believe that we did our work for a reason. But for now, we are just finding out who is the best psychic among our participants.
She described pristine white sneakers. Despite playing football and leaving home, they couldn't have been white. But the body was found in spotless sneakers. How could she know?
The rules of the project are that one must leave and announce that person's name. Hello, esteemed ladies and gentlemen of the jury board. I consider today's session open as we move on to discussing the best psychic of the week.
I want to immediately note that, of course, I was deeply impressed by Maxim Vorotnikov, who, in principle, spoke in great detail about the girl Layla. He said that she has some substance in her stomach. There is no esophagus. She has a tube. And Maxim told in detail, even to the point that Layla did belly dancing, what problems has with health. But unfortunately, Maxim did not choose this girl out of 10, and Zulia chose her. Moreover, when Zulia came to the site, she already knew what she was coming with. That is, coming to us there, she said, immediately I need to find an Oriental-type girl with long hair.
No, in our test too, the only one who chose the car correctly was Zalia. The answers were clear, and it took her literally a few minutes to amaze everyone.
Occasionally, before the team shoots, doubts arise about various aspects. Really doesn't know anything, Julia?
Everyone has doubts, because you don't really need to ask a question. She comes, she knows what she needs.
I want to then point out one point informant. Let's say he exists. But when we were conducting tests in kindergarten, we ourselves didn't know undergoing the tests where exactly the corpses were lying. The police showed us these places after the tests. Mazvela came in and said so. It was here, it was here. Here lay the one, and here lay the corpse of another. We didn't know that when there was a challenge with the boys, she described pure white and bright white sneakers. Although he left home and played football, they couldn't have been white. They discovered the body in completely washed sneakers. Who could have told her?
And oddly enough, license plates hung in. Last moment, and immediately without approaching the car, she said, let's choose the first 2 dead 3 for the landfill.
So you understand what's happening. She is the one in all the tests. And what next? If we already have a clear leader, is there any point in continuing everything?
We don't have a leader among us.
Dear friends, I still suggest you vote. This week's decision is particularly challenging. And now I suggest we proceed to the selection of the person who unfortunately will leave our battle.
Andrei Zatif left the least impression on me. It was great, and I don't dispute it. The buzzing was unparalleled, but I ended up choosing the wrong car.
even determined.
That she was on the move, that you could sit down and go.
By the way, in my mother's test, here is Andrei Zatev. When he chose the wrong woman and said everything is wrong, I say, Andrei, well, at least you can tell me whether I have a child or not. She looked at me and said, well, in theory it should be. I say, well, in theory it's rather clear here, but in general, do I have it or not? He says, no. Although I have a kid.
You said the child should or shouldn't be. They are excluding Zulia. All psychics are collecting information and questions that can completely demoralize them. Therefore, when you started saying yes, no, they are psychics of momentary perception, caught the initial information and hesitated. Your question repeats. And must have been confused, no doubt. Lera herself doubts.
As I think, I don't doubt anything at all.
However, I ask you to send me photos of the person who will leave ours this week.
Don't know. And the main thing is that everyone is looking at me. You choose. I'll think about it now.
It is also very difficult for me to choose, but I still choose.
Well, let it be so.
Well, let it be so. I consider the jury board closed, and the psychics are waiting for us at the appointed time in the appointed place. I am pleased to announce to you that the jury meeting has taken place again. You are ready. So the best psychic this week, according to the jury, was Zulia Rajabova.
Thanks, I knew.
Well, now comes the most unpleasant part of our whole project. This time, the jury did not want to remove anyone from the competition. There were even suggestions to keep all 5 participants. The rules of the project dictate that one participant must leave. So today our project is bidding farewell to someone. Andrei Zatev.
My dear friends, you absolutely must not give up. You must win this battle, as I have won my personal battle today.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
It's a pity that passed all 18 tasks and it wasn't the last one. I would like to note Zulia. She is a unique person. Also note Leonid, since he is our star. That is, they are all worthy.
I love you.
I'll see you later.
See you.